So I realized after checking my analytics that you guys aren't too interested in gameplay videos. So from now on, I'll keep it short and straight to the point. I'll show you decks, tips, and how you can build the perfect decks for every arena in Clash Royale. Let's jump right into the video. If you want Arena 1 to 24 best decks, check out the other videos on my channel and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. Now hey, you're in Arena 8. I'm seriously proud of you for getting this far. If I helped you even just a little, don't forget to support me. It really means a lot. In Arena 8, you start unlocking some solid spells and troops. And the main cards I'll focus on here are Giant Skeleton, Royal Giant, Balloon, PEKKA, Mortar, and Hog Rider. I'll give you the best Arena 8 decks built around these cards, plus guidance on how to use them, so you can push straight into Arena 9. Let's start with the Giant Skeleton decks. So, Giant Skeleton's bomb literally takes massive damage on the tower. Your job is really simple here. Just take the Giant Skeleton to the tower and enjoy the sweet value. Now, here are 3 strategies you can use with Giant Skeleton. First strategy, Giant Skeleton plus Freeze or Lightning spell. We unlock Freeze and Lightning in this arena, so put Giant Skeleton with one of them in your deck. When you push with Giant Skeleton, your opponent will definitely place a defensive building or troops. At that exact moment, use your Freeze or Lightning on their defense, so your Giant Skeleton can easily reach the tower. Also, add arrows or fireball in your deck, because your opponent will drop swarm troops. Punish them immediately. For more safety, bring Hog, Battle Ram, or Royal Hogs. If your Giant Skeleton doesn't reach the tower, your backup troops can finish the job. You can also push with Giant Skeleton and Hog together. If both reach the tower will melt quickly. Don't forget to use arrows or fireball when needed. For defense, you can bring Valk plus minions plus any defensive building, Knight, Musketeer plus defensive building, Guards plus Baby Dragon Switch. Also add small elixir troops like skeletons or goblins for faster cycle. Here is the deck based on this strategy. Now let's move to the second strategy, Giant Skeleton plus Prince. Now add Prince, any Prince, whether it's the regular one or Dark Prince. You can even use both. If you take Prince, make sure to include arrows or fireball. When you push with Giant Skeleton and Prince, your opponent will definitely drop swarm troops. That's your moment to use arrows or fireball and clear the way. The Prince also helps clear defenses, so the Giant Skeleton can reach the tower. Also, bring swarm killer troops like Witch or Wizard. If you place a Wizard behind the Giant Skeleton and Prince, he'll clear out everything that tries to stop your push. For defense, you already have Prince, or even double Prince. With them, use Witch or Wizard. Also, bring a building like Cannon or Tombstone, and small elixir troops like Goblins or Skeletons. Whatever push comes at you, you'll be able to handle it. And if your game gets out of control, don't hesitate to use your Giant Skeleton on defense. His Death Bomb resets everything. Here are the decks based on this strategy. If you need more, check out my website, link in the description. Let's move to the third strategy. This strategy is all about pairing Giant Skeleton with tank troops. Use Giant Skeleton with tower targeting troops like Hog, Giant Royal Hogs, or Battle Ram. As soon as you drop your Giant Skeleton, follow up with your tank troop, like Battle Ram. If your opponent places a building, this combo makes it easy to clean it up and keep pushing toward the tower. Make sure to include arrows or fireball in the deck. When you push with Giant Skeleton and Battle Ram or Hog, your opponent will almost always drop swarm troops. That's when you punish with your spells and let the Giant Skeleton bomb take over. Here are the decks based on this concept. Now, let's talk about Hog decks. Hog is one of the best win conditions in Arena 8. With the right support, Hog can easily carry you to Arena 9, fast. And of course, we can't forget the legendary Hog 2.6 deck, but I'll break that one down in the skilled decks section later in this video. Right now, I'll show you 5 strong strategies to build and play Hog decks in Arena 8. Let's get into it. First strategy, Hog Fast Cycle Deck. This deck is super simple. Your main goal is to cycle your Hog to the tower as quickly as possible. But how do you do that? You need low-cost elixir cards. Use troops like Electro Spirit, Fire Spirit, or Ice Spirit, and pair them with Ice Golem. Now here's the play. Drop Ice Golem, then push with Hog Rider and a Support Spirit. Keep your Fireball ready, because your opponent will likely drop a building or defenders. That's your chance. Hit them hard with the Fireball. If they drop Swarm Troops, no worries. Ice Golem's death damage will clear most of them, and if anything survives, just use Zap to clean it up. That way, your Hog gets guaranteed tower hits. For defense, you can go with combos like Musketeer plus Valkyrie, Knight plus Minions, or even Valk plus Musketeer. And don't forget to add a building like Cannon to handle big pushes. That's the idea behind the first fast cycle Hog deck. Here are a few deck options based on this strategy. Let's move on to the next one. Second strategy, Hog plus Support Troop combo. This strategy is all about using Hog with Mini PEKKA, Prince, Dark Prince, or Battle Ram. Take any one of them, or even two if it fits, and make sure to add arrows or fireball in your deck. You can use this deck in two ways. First way, push your Hog with any of these troops like Battle Ram or Prince. They'll break the defense or building, and if your opponent drops swarm troops, you instantly use fireball or arrows to clear the way. Let your Hog reach the tower and do the damage. Second way, if you already know your opponent has a building, bait it. Use your Battle Ram or Prince first to force the building out. Then push your Hog Rider separately when the building is gone or distracted. Easy damage. For defense, you already have Mini PEKKA or Prince. Add Minions or Valk or any other defensive troop. Take Goblins or Skeletons for quick defense and a Cannon to stop big pushes. Here are the decks based on this concept. Let's move to the third strategy. Third strategy, Hog plus Freeze or Lightning. So this third strategy is with Freeze or Lightning. Just take either Lightning or Freeze in your deck, and also keep arrows ready. Now, when you push your Hog, just drop your Freeze or Lightning as soon as your opponent places a building to stop it. If your opponent drops any swarm troops, use arrows or fireball and clear the way. That's it. Simple and deadly. For defense, use the same concepts I already told you earlier in this video. Go back and watch if you missed it. Stick to those combos for defending. Here are the decks based on this strategy. Let's move to the fourth strategy. Fourth strategy, Hog plus Goblin Barrel. So this fourth strategy is with Goblin Barrel. Take Goblin Barrel with Hog and push them together. When you drop your Hog, your opponent will deploy some building. Don't worry. At the same time, throw your Goblin Barrel on the tower. Now their focus will be split. They'll either defend the Hog or the Goblin Barrel, and they can't stop both properly. If your opponent drops swarm troops, make sure you have arrows or fireball ready to clean them instantly. For defense, take Valkyrie, Minions, Cannon, and some low elixir troops like Skeletons or Goblins to handle any push easily. That's the concept. Here are the decks based on this strategy. Now let's move to the fifth and final strategy. Fifth strategy, Hogs tank troops, Giant, Royal Giant. Now for the fifth strategy. This one is with tank troops like Giant or Royal Giant. You just have to use your Hog with a tank. First, drop your Giant or Royal Giant at the back, and once it crosses the bridge, push your Hog from the other lane or behind the tank depending on your opponent's cycle. The idea is simple. Your tank will take all the damage, and your Hog will go straight to the tower and get those hits in. If your opponent drops any building or swarm to stop the push, have Fireball, Zap, or arrows ready to clear the path. For defense, pick Mini PEKKA, Musketeer, Skeletons, or Goblins. And definitely take a building like Cannon or Tombstone so you can easily handle big pushes. That's the final strategy with Hog decks. All the decks shown here are based on these 5 strategies, and if you want more decks, check the link in the description. Now let's move to balloon decks, and I'll show you 2 powerful strategies to dominate Arena 8 with the balloon. First up, Balloon plus Freeze or Lightning strategy. Here's how it works. You'll build your push around the balloon with either Freeze or Lightning in your deck. The moment you drop your balloon, your opponent will panic and instantly place a building or air defense to stop it. That's when you hit them with Freeze. Freeze the tower, building, and defending troops all at once, and let your balloon crush the tower. If you're not using Freeze, go with Lightning. It's perfect when your opponent drops high-value troops like Musketeer, Wizard, or any building. Zap them all and clear the way for your balloon to reach the tower. With your balloon and Freeze or Lightning, also take arrows or fireball. These are essential to clear out swarm troops like Minions, Goblin Gang, or Skeleton Army that could stop your balloon. For defense, rely on strong combos like Mini PEKKA plus Musketeer, Valk plus Minions, or Cannon plus Goblins. Make sure to include at least 1 solid defensive card to stop big pushes and protect your towers. Here are the decks for Balloon based on the strategy I explained. Now turning to the second strategy for Balloon decks. It's the Balloon's tank troop strategy. The idea here is simple but super effective. Use a tank troop like Giant, Royal Giant, or even Dark Prince to bait out your opponent's air-targeting defenses. These heavy units force your opponent to commit buildings or ranged troops early. Once they've done that, you follow up with your balloon push. And to make it even nastier, add an Ice Spirit or Electro Spirit next to your balloon. Ice Spirit gives that freezing moment your balloon needs to land a hit, while Electro Spirit stuns and clears out swarms, keeping your balloon alive and floating to the tower. Make sure you're carrying arrows or Fireball in your deck. You need that quick removal for cards like Minion Horde, Skeleton Army, or even Bats. Otherwise, your balloon won't make it far. For defense, go with reliable combos like Mini PEKKA plus Musketeer, Cannon plus Goblins, or Valkyrie plus Minions. These setups will handle most enemy pushes while you set up your own. Here are the decks for Balloon based on this second strategy. If you want more Balloon decks, head over to my website. I've got you covered there. Now it's time for PEKKA decks, and I'm going to show you the two best strategies to dominate with PEKKA in Arena 8. The first one is the PEKKA Bridge Spam strategy. This deck is all about pressure. You use PEKKA with spam troops, like drop your PEKKA and behind her, drop Battle Ram. And also, you can throw in Fire Spirit or Electro Spirit for that extra pressure. And keep your Fireball or Zap ready, because your opponent is definitely going to drop some Swarm or Defense. And that's your moment to destroy it instantly. Now look, when you're pushing PEKKA with Battle Ram, even if they drop a defense tower, the Battle Ram is going to crash through it, and then PEKKA and Battle Ram will go straight to the tower and deal massive damage. For defense, it's super solid. Cards like Musketeer, Goblins, and PEKKA herself are great for stopping any big push. And if you want extra safety, bring a tower like Tombstone to slow down heavy troops like Prince, Mini PEKKA, or even Mega Knight. Here are the PEKKA Bridge Spam decks to try out, based on this concept. Now here's the second strategy for PEKKA. It's the PEKKA Double Prince deck. This one's all about heavy counter push and total domination. You've got PEKKA as your main tank and destroyer, and then you pair her up with Dark Prince and Prince. Both are fast, hard-hitting, and perfect for applying pressure right behind PEKKA. The idea is simple. Defend with PEKKA, then turn that defense into a deadly push. Drop your Dark Prince for splash support and Prince for that insane single target damage. Once they lock on, good luck stopping them. And don't forget, having Zap or Fireball is a must here. You'll need them to handle swarms like Skeleton Army, Minions, or Goblin Gang, especially when your princes are charging. You can also use Electro Spirit or Fire Spirit to support your push or stall enemy troops while PEKKA and the princes do the damage. For defense, again, PEKKA plus Musketeer is a beast combo. You can also use Goblins, Minions, or even Cannon if you want something cheap to pull Hog Riders or Giants. Here are the PEKKA Double Prince decks based on this strategy. And if you want more PEKKA decks, you know where to go. Check out my website. Now it's time for skill decks, and how can we forget this amazing one? At first glance, it looks like Hog 2.6, but nah, this one's actually running at 2.9 Elixir. It's fast, it's deadly, and it needs pure skill to master. The deck includes Hog Rider, Ice Golem, Musketeer, Skeletons, Ice Spirit, Cannon, Rocket, and Zap. So how do you play with this deck? The main plan is chip damage. Keep sending in your Hog with Ice Spirit or Ice Golem. Quick, cheap, and effective. Hog gets to the tower and Ice Spirit freezes or Ice Golem tanks and slows down everything. Rocket is your big surprise weapon. Use it to take out glass cannon troops like Wizard, Witch, or Musketeer, or finish off a tower when it's low. For defense, you rely on Cannon's Musketeer, perfect for stopping tanks and air units. And Skeletons or Ice Spirit give you insane cycle speed and defensive value. The whole point of this deck? Outcycle your opponent and keep the pressure on, one hog hit at a time. And as always, if you want more, go hit up my website. Tons of decks waiting for you there. Here's another insane skill deck. Yep, still with Hog, but this one's got a twist. The lineup? Hog Rider, Mini PEKKA, Minions, Goblins, Cannon, Freeze, Arrows, and Zap. This deck plays fast and punishes mistakes hard. Your win condition is obvious, Hog plus Freeze. Send in the Hog, and once your opponent drops their defense, boom, hit him with Freeze and watch your Hog slap the tower like a boss. Mini PEKKA is your tank shredder. Great for stopping Giant, Valk, or any sneaky pushes. Minions and Goblins help chip, distract, and clean up anything that gets too close. For defense, cannon handles tanks, while arrows zap take care of swarms like minion horde, skeleton army, or goblin gang, clearing the way for your next hog push. The key to this deck? Cycle fast, freeze smart, and protect your mini P.E.K.K.A. If she connects with the tower, it's game over. Try this out in Arena 8. It's deadly if you play it right. And if you're hunting for even more skill decks or creative combos, you already know where to go. My website's got it all. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.